This is Leo Hopkins. I'm presenting for Group D. This PowerPoint week 11. Um, the people are Jonathan, book research, Quinn, 10 questions, Stephen, internet research, visual is PowerPoint, and myself is the video presentation. The the question presented for Group D was question 6.20. Some organizations propose federal legislation to prohibit monitoring of customer service and data entry employees with more than 5 years of experience. Give reasons for and against monitoring experienced employees. Well, basically, our group is more, it's going to be, our discussion will be more general to why not everyone needs to be monitored. Okay, and the areas that we're going to pretty much cover are why you should monitor employees at work, managing work security, the human error costs as supposed to monitoring data, human workplace rights, and arguments for and against monitoring employees at work. The first question was, why should you monitor employees at work? It can prevent confidential information from being leaked out to the public. You can monitor what your employees are looking up, or doing at work, and also prevent them from being sidetracked or distracted. The workplace professionalism can increase because workers can concentrate more on work rather than socializing, and employees will tend to waste less time on pointless aspects and will concentrate more on work. Let's see here. Managing work security. Okay. Companies, this is the other question, pretty much. A company's biggest failure can be from it being hacked and losing vital files to hackers that may sell it on the black market and leading to consumers' information being leaked. So to keep up with then monitoring would help that a lot, so they wouldn't, you can hear about what they may be plotting to do with the information. It will help the company's security increase because it prevent many employees or hackers from downloading illegal or personal information from being downloaded. Okay, many companies use computers or electronic devices which can get viruses and can wipe out whole databases and cause millions of or even billions in damages. So in monitoring a worker could be disgruntled and upload a virus if the management never monitors anyone. Then anybody could put anything on the system at any time. Okay. Human error costs, and this is according to monitoring data that the company uses. According to research, we have found that human error occurs maybe 1 in every 100 cases. If companies logs in millions of data each day, how will you be able to monitor where the flaws are occurring? In some cases, flaws increase because they say did not catch the previous flaw, and your company moves the data from one system to another without knowing it. You have a high chance of I'm sorry, uh, your company moves data from system to another without knowing, you have a high chance of messing up the whole thing at the end because you did not catch a small flaw in the beginning, costing a lot of money. So the 1-10-100 rule it states that it would cost your company around $1 to verify and check the data, $10 to fix the data if an error was to occur, and $100 if nothing has been done to fix the error, which ultimately increases over time. So basically, it's pretty much saying that you should have caught it when it was just $1. And you could have probably just monitored the situation and caught it in the beginning. Human workplace rights was another area, and it's according to most employers that make a case that when it comes to the value of money, they have the right to read emails or anything else that pertains to the company. There's however a fine line where many many can argue against. But if someone emails their significant other and significant other on their break and does it give the company the right to monitor it just because it was sent through the company's computer? Okay, there are rights that employees should have according to moral ethics. If someone decides to do something in their off time or on their personal time, the company should be able to monitor what he or she does. Well, I for one don't agree about monitoring if it's a person's off time. Well, at first I would think a person should, or they should have computers somewhere else where that are not totally monitored per se, that the employee can use and not and be able to do certain work on without being heavily monitored. But at the same time, the company has to protect themselves. Okay, arguments for and against monitoring employees at work. Arguments for monitoring at workspace. Okay, employees could be potentially using the company's personal resources to break laws hurting the company. Some may argue that if employees want to use resources to communicate, they can use their personal ones rather than the company's. It prevents employees from wasting time or being distracted at the workplace that costs money to the company. Okay, and arguments going against monitoring is when monitoring comes up in the argument at work. Personal privacy is a huge thing that employees argue because they do not want someone over their shoulders the whole time at work. They should be able to openly complain about their workspace to the National Labor Relations Board without thinking they would get in trouble for it, and they have the right to communicate with others or outside others or outside personal if they want without any limitation. Pretty much, I guess in a nutshell, there's always going to be a battle between the fors and against monitoring, but at the same time, employee has to protect his self and his rights and what they do at work. It should be sacred, but at the same time, the company, can lose millions and billions if they're not monitoring their employees properly. And with this loss of information, that ends up, if they losing money, then the person loses the jobs anyway because they can't afford to keep them employed. Okay, so it goes both ways. Okay, and And there's the 10 questions from our discussion, and I thank y'all for listening. And that is the end of Group D's Week 11 presentation. Thank you.